Hey interwebs, Joeypals here. Before I begin today's video, I'd like to say thank you so much for getting me to 100 subscribers. Now I have a nice little URL instead of a garbled mess, and the fact that even 100 of you want to listen to what I have to say completely blows my mind. I hope we can keep growing as we venture into 2017 with these 3 brand new series. The first series, Speedy Pit, will be weekly Let's Play episodes where I speedrun the entirety of Kid Icarus Uprising. Currently, I'm trying to beat the world record of 4 hours, 23 minutes, and 52 seconds for any percent. And this way I have a nice long-form video for you guys as well as Let's Plays because I know those are things you guys are interested in. Those are planned to come to you every Friday. I'm not going to be streaming these runs unfortunately because after I did the first one, the video ended up being very blurry. So unfortunately that's not going to be a thing for Twitch, but will be a nice thing to put here. The second series is one that won't come as often, but will be one of my more in-depth series. Fire Emblem. About every 2 to 3 weeks, I'll be covering a different topic in the Fire Emblem series, more specifically in Awakening and Fates, since I know those two best. My goal after the first one is to get away from top 10 format for a bit and go into more opinion-based content. The first one, of course, is my Fire Emblem Fates Children video. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, which you totally should because I do a lot of video progress tweets on Joeypals 1, you'll know that I was more than halfway through making the original video when the video file got corrupted, forcing me to start all over again. This time though, I have a little help, as Birdkeeper Toby Discord buddy Rob Spiderpig is helping me by trimming down the gameplay footage I collected, making things much easier on my end and thus easier to get out to you guys. I'd expect that video to be up in around 2 weeks' time, and I'm excited to share it with you as it's on the heels of that awesome collab that I did with the one and only Lazy Knight. Finally, there's a new series for Pokemon that I'm starting today as well. As you could tell by the title, and as promised way back when I did my channel introduction video, today we'll be starting Pokemon Investigations. Pokemon Investigations is where I dig into the origins of a Pokemon and share them with you guys, trying to find every single possible connection that I can. In addition, every video will have 2 parts, with part 1 being about the lore of a selected Pokemon, as well as the lore of anything closely related as we'll see today, and part 2 being an application step, where I take the Pokemon and try to transform them into Fire Emblem units. The part 1 videos will be posted on Tuesdays, and part 2 will be posted on Sundays. To kick off the series, I turn to my favorite Pokemon of all time, Azelf, and its cohorts Uxie and Mesprit, with focus being placed mostly on Azelf. Now, let's start investigating. Starting with the obvious here, Azelf is a pixie. Standing at a mere 1 foot or 0.3 meters tall and weighing 0.7 pounds or 0.3 kilograms, Azelf is a tiny magical little thing. This small Pokemon holds more than just an adorable face and body structure though, as there's plenty of lore to this thing. So let's just start with the physical appearance of the Willpower Pokemon. As you may notice, on its body, as well as Uxie's and Mesprit's, are rubies on both its head and on both tails. Side note, I personally believe the tails to represent 2 forms of what each Pokemon represents, with Azelf's 2 tails symbolizing 2 ways to get through anything via willpower. Forcing your way through whatever obstacle as hard as you can, or finding an escape route for your dire situation with one of your many skills. Back to that in a moment though. Let's talk about rubies. Rubies, which are used by Cyrus to create the Red Chain in Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, is a stone that is said to increase prana, which is described as a life-giving force. That makes quite a bit of sense, as Azelf, alongside Uxie and Mesprit, were made to give humans emotions, the will to live, and knowledge, essentially bringing them to life. Upon making my next discovery though, I wasn't fully satisfied with that being the end of my rabbit hole search. In China, according to the website jewelform.com, a Mandarin's rank was indicated by the color of a stone in his ruby ring. A red jewel stone meant he was a key figure among the great. End quote. As we can see with Azelf's tail, there is indeed a nice little ring around the gemstone. Now, that might simply be design coincidence, but I think it's more of a subtle indication that Azelf, just like Uxie and Mesprit, are legendary Pokemon and are responsible for all the characteristics of every Pokemon that followed them. Okay, that's, like, nice and all, but anyone could gather that. Yes, you're right, Stephanie, but I wasn't done yet. Can you please sit down? Can I go where Kyle? No! No, you can't! Jesus Christ. Anyway, back to Azelf before this turns into an aged college humor sketch. Now that we've looked at Azelf's physical appearance and the nice little references it has, allow me to point you to the main reference that Azelf itself has. As we all know, the first 4 Pokemon generations with Japanese origins have pretty strong ties to the myths of the country, and the Lake Trio are certainly no different. Upon some research, the trio all seem to tie into the Imperial Regalia of Japan. For those who don't know, the Imperial Regalia of Japan is a trio of legendary items, found all throughout Japanese mythology. The trio consists of 3 pieces: a sword named Kusanagi, a mirror named Yada no Kagami, and a jewel named Yasakani no Magatama. Side note, the Imperial Regalia is also called the 3 Sacred Treasures, and the weapon of the same name in Kid Icarus Uprising, as well as its 2 prequels, take partial inspiration from the set. Anyway, these items have never been seen in the present day physically, but have pervaded Japanese culture, with the sword and jewel last being seen during the enthronement of Emperor Akihito in 1993, albeit they were covered up so no one actually got to see them. Kind of like how legendary Pokemon are hardly seen by anyone. Joey! Why do these items that no one knows if they actually exist matter? Good question, Stephanie, and I'm so glad to see you're not wearing Kyle. They matter because I haven't talked about what they represent yet. The mirror, Yada no Kagami, is said to represent wisdom, while the jewel, Yasakani no Magatama, is said to represent benevolence. As for the sword Kusanagi, lo and behold, it represents valor. And you know where Azelf's first discovered? In Lake Valor in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl.
Oh, I get it! I get jokes.
The other 2 aren't quite as straightforward, but Uxie resides in Lake Acuity, and acuity meaning sharpness and keenness of thought, vision, or hearing, perfectly tying into the little macaroni head. Meanwhile, Mesprit is first seen at Lake Verity, with Verity meaning, as stated by the Oxford Dictionary, a true principle or belief, especially one of fundamental importance. That one isn't quite as on the nose, but it's not that hard to grasp the emotional side of the definition, as emotions are very baseline for any being. Also, take a look at the shape of the Lake Trio's heads. If you turn Mesprit's head sideways, it looks very similar to the Yasakani no Magatama, while Uxie's looks similar to the shield. Azelf's 3-pointed head is actually a reference to the base of a sword, with the 2 horizontal extensions representing the crossguard of a sword, with the upper extension representing the base of the fuller, the strongest part of the sword. And there we go! There's an in-depth look of Azelf and the other members of the Lake Trio. Like what you saw today? Then consider leaving a like and subscribe to see more upcoming material. 2017 is going to be a crazy event-filled year, and I can't wait to share it with you guys no matter where I am on this website. If you'd like to see my last non-musical video, where I participate in Birdkeeper Toby's Wants to Battle Tag video, click on the box over here. Wherever it winds up. Doing the postcard after recording, and first time I'm using the official one. If you want to see my collab with Blazing Knights, where we discussed some of the most overrated characters in the Fire Emblem franchise, click the box over here. Until next time, when I'll be back with a blazing fast Kid Icarus Uprising speedrun, this is Joeypals, signing out.